Welcome to the world of facts. This is your friend, Philip Bryant, also known as Dr. Phil-real good. And I'm here to give you some facts. And the second episode here is mask or no mask. Should we wear the mask? Should we not wear the mask? Does the mask protect anyone from any virus? This is what we're going to discuss today. And so starting off, first thing we need to do is find out, where did this mask come from? Who invented this mask? What started this mask? So I'm going to give you a little history. In China, 1,300,000,000 people, there are a number of cities with 10 million people or more in that country. And people go to work on a regular basis and they catch the train. My dear friend, Mr. Morris Bones, saw a document on pushers. When the people get on the train to go to work, these guys in white suits, white gloves, they push the people on the train, push them, push them, push them, push them. They pack the cars like sardines, pack them, pack them, pack them. The door closes and it's gone. Well, after so long, people were breathing in each other's mouth. And so, to stop that from going on, somebody in China invented a mask. So let's let them wear a mask, same way the doctors wear a mask. So, in the operating room. So they came out with the mask. So this little mask that we were required to wear was designed for the people to stop blowing their breath in each other's mouth. That's the original design for that particular mask. So, when COVID, or either coronavirus, hit this country, they say it started in the late part of 2019, but in 2020, the government panicked and people panicked. And they said, if somebody got coronavirus, they catch it and they'll give it to the next person and the next person will die. So to keep that from happening, let's wear a mask. So our government ordered, I don't know, millions and millions boxes of masks over here. People started wearing a mask. Now, did that protect people from catching coronavirus? No, sir. No, it did not. Because there's nothing can keep a virus from going through. Now, I'm going to read something here. And that way you understand. The title of this book is The Story of Science. Here we are on page 59. And this is what we all need to know. And it says, as another means of purifying liquids, Louis Pasteur, the great scientist from France. Pasteur and his team also developed a porcelain filter with tiny proliferations. When a liquid was poured through the filters, any bacteria in it would be trapped, leaving the solution sterile. So they had filters. They ran all kinds of diseases, germs, everything through these filters to catch it so they could identify it. In 1887, a Russian microbiologist, Dmitry Ivanovsky, was using a filter of this type to investigate a disease in tobacco plants. When the filter failed to make his solution sterile, Ivanovsky realized that the disease was being caused by something much smaller than bacteria. In 1888, Dutch microbiologist Martinus Berkowitz named the same thing virus. People, they were using filters to trap everything, but they noticed something was slipping through, and they couldn't trap it. So this other scientist did the same thing, something was slipping through. So he named it virus. That's the first time that word was ever invented, virus. So now, here we go. So we get masks over here to think we're protecting ourselves from catching coronavirus or any flu syndrome viruses. Now people, in World War II, the Germans came out with a killer gas. And soldiers had to put on a gas mask. And it stopped them from inhaling that gas, being killed. Now here's what I want to do, a demonstration. The molecules of that gas, let's say magnified so many times, they this big around. They couldn't go through the filters where the oxygen went through, so to protect the soldiers from inhaling that gas. Now, here's an oxygen molecule. It goes through the mask where you can breathe, inhale and exhale, you can breathe, all right? So now, here comes the virus. And what I have here is a toothpick. Here's an oxygen molecule. The top of this toothpick, just by itself, is a molecule of a virus. So if oxygen molecules can go through the mask for you to inhale and exhale, virus can go through there 20, 30, 40 times quicker. So how in the devil is a mask going to protect you from catching a virus when the virus go through the mask just like you don't even have a mask on? Okay? Now here we go here. I was knew the mask was a fake out, so I never did wear the mask. But when the mandate came down in the middle of 2020, that everybody have to wear a mask. You can't go into a store buy anything. Can't go nowhere. So I'd have to put a mask on like everybody else to go into a retail store to buy anything. And so I had to follow protocol. As soon as I came out, I took that mask and put it in my pocket. In protest of wearing the mask, I would take my mask outside of it and rub it in the street where the grease and oil from the car and get it black and ugly. And that's the kind of mask I would wear, so people could see it was black and ugly. I went into the VA hospital one day, and the man said, "Here's a new mask." I said, "I got a mask." He said, "Well, take the new mask." I said, "This mask's good enough." He made me take the mask, but I kept my old black dirty mask on because the mask didn't even work. Understand that? So, this virus that started in 2019, this is 2025, and the government and the doctors and the hospital are saying coronavirus is still here, right here in America, which is unbelievable. It's impossible to believe that. Now I'm going to tell you why, people. When the flu shot came out, the scientists at the pharmaceutical company said, we cannot make a flu vaccine because we do not know which virus is coming around the next year. So they know it's a different virus that shows up every year. Back in the late 50s, virus come through, it was called the Chinese flu. 2 or 3 years later, another flu virus come through, they call it the Hong Kong flu. Another year or so go by, they call it the Asiatic flu. So the scientists know every time a flu virus come through, it's always a different flu virus. So, since the middle of the ending of 2019 all the way up to now, our government and these doctors, these are talking about, you can catch corona, you catch coronavirus, you need to take corona shot. And we'll talk about the shot on another day. But right now we're talking about the mask. Now, dear people, as 2020 was going through, and I knew that the pharmaceutical companies could never come up with a vaccine, but I put forth the effort to vaccine myself. How did I do this? I know viruses float through the air. They'll land on car hoods, they'll land in bushes, they'll land on porches, they'll land anywhere. So a number of places I went, I would take my hand and touch it, lick my tongue, go over here, touch it. I did that all through the city, just about everywhere I went. I did that for about 6 months or so. So anyway, I was trying to vaccinate myself, because if I got some of the coronavirus in me and my immune system killed it, then if I caught any more coronavirus, it wouldn't do nothing to me, because that's how vaccines work. Okay. Now, dear people, I was reading the Final Call newspaper. Some people call it the Black Muslim newspaper. But anyway, it was a big article on the mask, how the mask did not work. Did not work at all. And they also said you inhale oxygen through the mask, but you exhale carbon dioxide. And they were saying the carbon dioxide is trapped in the mass, not all of it get out, and so you back inhaling carbon dioxide. So what good is exhaling carbon dioxide and inhaling carbon dioxide back in your body? It don't make any sense. So it was a big article on it. And sometime in the first part of 2023, I wrote an article saying that the mask was no good. And I took the article out to Found Call newspaper. And what did I do? I mailed that article to 6 churches. And I also mailed it to the 4 hospitals, St. Vincent Baptist University and the VA hospitals. And I mailed it somewhere in the end of January or the 1st of February. And 2 months later, I was in the Universal Hospital and I saw people walking around without the mask on. And I asked one of the people that worked there, I said, how long have y'all been stopped wearing the mask? They said, oh, about a month ago. So, same thing happened at the VA hospital. I'm a veteran, so I go to the VA hospital. And after I mailed those letters, about 30 days later, the mask mandate sign came down. So, I did help the directors of these hospitals. Now, I think St. Vincent had already taken their mask mandate down. And in 2022, about the middle of 2022, Walmart, especially right here in Little Rock, Arkansas, they took their mask mandate sign down. So they already knew that the mask wasn't even working. And so, people, our education system is not what it used to be when it comes to health and science. In the 7th grade in 1959, I took a class called Health and Science. And the teacher taught us how our immune system worked, taught us what a vaccine was, taught us the food groups, and taught us how food get in and out of the bloodstream. And so we don't have that anymore. So here's the deal on viruses. In 1918, the middle of 1918 to the middle of 1919, a serious virus showed up called a Spanish flu. And people would catch that in 30 minutes or 2 or 3 hours, fall dead. Now everybody caught it, didn't die. But a lot of people, when that thing hit you, it was just about all over. You had maybe stayed in the bed for so long and got well. It didn't kill everybody, but it killed a whole lot of people. Now, that Spanish flu virus left the planet. How did it leave the planet? The sun, the rain, the wind, the snow and ice, wherever they are, because they're not all over the world. They pushes the viruses down into the dirt. Once a virus hit the ground, it's over. It can't do nothing else to the person. Nothing at all. So viruses does not stay in a country no 2, 3, and 4, and 5 years. We still got people walking around here with a mask. They think the mask is protecting them from catching something. Impossible. Ain't no such a thing. Mask protecting you from catching a flu virus. Now, one scientist, several scientists say there are over 1,000 different viruses that a human can catch. I had a dog one time that came down with a virus, took him to the vet, and the vet worked on him. I said, vet, what kind of virus this dog has? The vet said, Philip, there are 26 different viruses that a dog can catch, and the symptoms are the same. So some scientists today say there are over 1,000 viruses that a human can catch, and about 800 of them operate the same way. The only way you know you have a virus is because you have symptoms. Fever, can't breathe, can't smell, can't taste, can't eat, can't drink, diarrhea, sometimes vomiting, sore, sick, weak, can't do nothing but lay down in the bed. Now, flu virus A, flu virus B, flu virus C, flu virus 15, flu virus 04, it don't matter. You can name these viruses anything you want. But when you know you have a flu syndrome virus, you're going to have the same symptoms. Now, there might be a couple of 200 viruses that operate with different operations where you have different symptoms. But the majority of the flu syndrome viruses, you're going to have the same symptoms. And the medical doctors and the pharmaceutical company don't even know which virus it is. And now we done got stuck on stupid. Take the corona shot. They call it the corona vaccine. It's not a vaccine. But take the corona shot. Corona been gone. At the most, it couldn't have been here 2 years. The wind, the rain, the sun flushed that virus out. And the next year, another virus come in. Now, these scientists say viruses are generated from livestock. West part of the United States ain't nothing but cattle and hogs and chickens all over. Viruses accumulate from these animals. Now they say the virus came from China. And some say it came from America. Viruses floats through the air. From wherever they come, it doesn't matter. They're going to make people sick. And some people are going to die from them. The unhealthy people. You can wear people. There was so many people in the nursing home wearing a mask. When they died, they covered them up with the mask still on their face. And here's another thing. A number of people died in the hospitals, and the doctors say, oh, they died with corona. They died with everything else but a virus. But some kind of way, the medical field, the doctors, and the hospitals get extra money from the government when they work on patients with coronavirus. So, the mask. Should you keep wearing a mask or don't wear a mask? When you was wearing a mask in 2020 and 21 and part of 22, it never did work. Because there's no filth on planet Earth that can block a virus from coming through. And this is what you need to know. This is Dr. Phil-real, and I'm telling you, people, learn something. Do some research on your own. And here's a new word. Flu syndrome. You got 1,000 different viruses. And the flu virus syndrome, it could be the A flu, the B flu, the Hong Kong flu, could be the West Nile flu, it could be the Egyptian flu, it could be whatever you want to call it. But they don't stay around in no country no more than 1 year, and they're flushed out. And the next year, new viruses shows up. So, the world of facts. Mask or no mask? Well, it's all over. I guess I should have came out with this fact back in 2020. But I was living in here just like everybody else. And so, once everything went like it went, I had to figure things out just like everybody else. But knowing what the scientist says about viruses, you can't trap them in no filter. What good was the mask? And remember, these masks came from China, and they were only to keep people from breathing in each other's mouth. And so, take the mask, throw it away, get rid of it, and eat your vegetables and fruits. Stop eating the greasy foods. Cut all that greasy pork out your life, all that chips out your life. Because heart doctor says chips, potato chip, corn chips, all those chips, once they get in your bloodstream, they're 100% saturated fats. 100% saturated. And this is what's killing the people. This is what's keeping people unhealthy. See you next time. Philip Bryant, known as Dr. Phil-real on World of Facts. God bless you. And keep studying and keep learning.